but you just burn out. Everybody's burning out on that stuff now. They're trying to fight and fight, and that's part of the Lord, just to take the fight out of you. That's what it does. And where you surrender. It's like 10th canto. Even historians are finding that this has happened again and again and again. The same kind of thing. The Maya takes over in mode of passion, ignorance, wants to control, manipulate, make you a slave. Slavery has always been here in this world. It's a slave. It's a slave. It's Lucifer, type thing. Cold, unfeeling, disconnected. That's just the world. It's dark sometimes. Yeah, forgot my point, but. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Maharaj,
Yeah,
the Freeman stuff was more about the material world. It was
yeah.
99% more about the material world. And yes, they were really, I mean, I said that, what you said yesterday, they were focusing on all of these things in our life, that all these conspiracy theories, they were focusing on that and making them bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
The Lord in there was like a little part of it, like that.
yeah.
And I had to leave for that reason, because the Lord wasn't represented there really at all. Um, but they were just fighting and fighting these causes, different causes. But I did see that some devotees, some of the people who were probably more advanced in the Freeman, they became these like new age people still trying to find God, but really didn't have any guidance. Really didn't have any
Mhm.
guidance or instruction, or where to really find the juice, the reality, the truth of the Lord, because
Mhm.
Freeman is based on God. Everything that we did was on God's law, but nobody knew God's law. Nobody knew what it was, and it
That
wasn't
that's the
represented.
problem. Yeah, see, that's the problem with spiritual people. They don't know these details. So you have to come in a line. We're lucky. We have this. This is the most powerful line I've ever seen. This is the most strong. Unfortunately, most of the Vaishnavas haven't realized it. It's kind of like the Pharisees were bringing the Bible to people, but they hadn't realized it. See, so it's the same thing with this Vaishnavism. The Prabhupada, and it translates so many great books, the Goswamis also, and so the line is there without the power. See, there's no the power. They just have the knowledge. See, it's all up in here, but they need the power. They need the devotion to realize what's in the line, and we got that here. We got the knowledge and the power. See, the power is Radha, is the devotion. This way we can realize the glories of the line, the glories of this knowledge. It can only be realized with devotion. See, and it's the same thing with like the free man stuff. See, they don't understand mellow. So it's like hit and miss, and they're just talking about the world the way they see that. You see, there's bullshit going on. You see the lies and all that, and then you see it's a kind of a mellow. It's a taste, and they get into the taste of that, and you got burnt out because you want more. Something in you is saying, I want some more, a taste that gives some satisfaction and some deeper, more like less jagged happiness. See, that's jagged to devotees. If you're a real devotee, you're looking for God, and you get all fighting. You see, you make it bigger. Just look what they're going to do to us, and you get in. Oh, they even start talking like them. I notice they, like that. What's his name? Anyway, one of these big guys can, and they're talking like these mainstream media people. They say, "Let me tell you something terrible that's going to happen," and these are fighting it. Oh, this is terrifying. Let me tell you about what this is. And so they're doing the same thing now because it's like a Ross between those, the demons and the demigods. They're getting into the same thing. They magnify it. So they get into the terror. Each one is like, let me get your attention. Look how terrible this is. Let me tell you what's going to put in all these things. So, not to say that you don't need to know a certain amount, but you don't, get into it. I mean, the Ross is, what do you want to be terrified, Ross? You know what I mean? It's like both sides are being terrified. You know, they're into terror. It's terrorism, fear, but no solution. How and you know, like for example, this one guy, Stu Peters, up there, he's tells you all about all, and this one lady's telling you all that they're putting in the vaccine, and not only that, they're putting it in the gels and everything, all this stuff. And the guy finally says, "So there's no hope for us." You know, you can't either get it that way or they put it in the creams and everything, and they're doing it. They put it in the creams, the pills, the vitamins, every friggin' thing. They're putting graphene oxide in. And so it was like, so there's nothing we can do. And then she had to come up and make up some, oh, well, yeah, there's something we, you know, because people don't have any hope. You know, it's like, and they had to kind of make, well, you know, yeah, there's a little, you know, but really wasn't according to. So everything is terror and fear and all of that. So there's really no other solution but surrender to the Lord, the true Lord, the transcendental Lord, man. I mean, that's what it's about here is to, hey, man, connect with the transcendental Lord, transcend this. There's no other real option other than transcending this. With whatever time we have, use it to transcend. And you know, the God will give you the intelligence to do, you know, how to like try to avoid as much as you can, you know, what's going on. But it's kind of at that stage. It's even in the Bible, it's a terrible time in that sense. You know, it's where your only way is to surrender, and maybe God will give you the intelligence to run away from this and move away from that, and don't fall into this trap. You know, it's all setting traps. Now, and so the Lord, if you're really close to him, he'll tell you, he'll help. He's guiding. He guides me. He shows, hey, look at this and look at that, and you can avoid certain things. Okay, so anyway, there's that. All right, enough of that. Okay, so Brahma and the sages cannot find an end to your glories. All the devotees sing about your transcendental virtues. So really, it's all about vibration. Even these people, spiritual people, are coming to conclusions about vibration. It's about transcending. It's about spiritual. It's something they don't know exactly what. They know it's about something spiritual. It's an answer. Well, here it is, man. You know, they have to see people that's actually transcending this. And they're actually happy at this time and not terrified and not in fear and not trying to, you know, fight the inevitable. I mean, if you can, if you want, could you imagine how much energy it's going to take to fight this thing? Could you imagine? They've been working on this for centuries. You want to spend all your energy trying to fight this, rectify all this? Or I mean, what is the best value for your energy, your time, your money, and whatever you got in your assets in your life? You know, asset being your energy and your time and your mind. You got to really think like that, because you could spend, like these guys are spending all their energy trying to, you know, overcome this, and they're, you know, you can do that. Just like the same thing with Varnashram Dharma, you can spend all your time and energy try to perfect the rules. Okay, you can spend all that time free from government law, living healthy with the government. You know? So anyway, yeah, you can spend all your time trying to do that, and or you can do the essence, and that's what here is the essence. You know, sadhu sangha, man, it's the greatest thing in the whole universe is sadhu sangha. It's the greatest protection. It's the greatest um, treasure. You know, this is where access to the transcendental Lord is, his glories. Nobody practically knows about these kind of things, not even in Vaishnavism. Yeah. So see, free from the government law, living healthy, what the government and their institution. See, again, see, people, they want to be free of the government, right? But that's not full truth. This is the problem. They don't have the full truth. You'll never be free of government. See, This, you got to be free in the highest government. See, governing. We're meant to be governed, but you got to understand that. Governed by what? Governed by love, loving, ecstatic uh, devotion with God is the highest government. See, isn't that a governing? It's a governing force in my life. Okay, so they only understand inside they want to be free, but they don't know the extent of that freedom. That freedom is to be governed through the loving God. This devotional medal. This is accessible now through our sangha here. It's not many lifetime thing. You start making big progress in that now here. See, and then you're in when you're in God, when you're in Krishna, when you're in Christ, when you're in the Lord's transcendental virtues, with devotion is awakened, transcendental feeling. See, now you're governed by that force, and it's wonder. That's freedom. It's freedom in God, freedom in His name. I find it's so free, man. I sit there and pick up this bead bag, man. I find freedom. I don't even have to believe that Krishna is God. It doesn't matter. I just pick up this bead bag, or I don't even have to have the bead bag. Just chant this name, taste it. This kissing, this transcendental name. And it is the greatest happiness in the world, the greatest governing force of my life. It gets me out of bed every day. People, what it gets you out of bed? Is this taste, of an increasing, ever fresh, increasing taste and increasing desire to glorify this truth, so that people can be free, People get out of bed, okay, today we're going to fight this illusion. We got to fight, fight the Lord. Basically, you're shadow boxing. This is fighting the illusion, isn't it? We just destroy it all. Just swallow the whole thing up. Swallow even the demons and the demigods get swallowed up here. You notice? We swallow the whole thing up with the complete truth, not part of it. That's why that's weak. It's all weak. Buddhism is weak. It's not the full truth. Even Christianity is weaker than this. That's what I personally experienced. I've been doing that. I came back and forth. I found Christianity is weak without this connection, this knowledge, this avatar, Lord Chaitanya. He's the greatest avatar in the world. That's what proven it. Greatest protection, greatest realization, greatest knowledge, greatest happiness, greatest ecstasy. Yeah. Greatest happiness, to be able to chant this name and commune with God through that name. Greatest gift to the world. And it's coming through the devotees here who chant in ecstasy. They're the greatest example, greatest role model, greatest door is them. You just hang out with Lalita or any other ecstatic chanter here. And you found the greatest everything. That's why Jesus is still around, because he was a real devotee of the Lord. That's why Paul, you see, his letters are still around, because he was a devotee, man. All devotees endure. If you're a real devotee, if you're a Pharisee, what Pharisee do you remember? You remember any Pharisees? None. And that's the same with these gurus. You will not remember them, because the Lord he only remembers devotees. And people will forget these people, just like you forget the rock stars. Oh, well, they're here. And then when they go, and after a while, they'll peter out too. Especially when you leave the body and you come back in, you won't remember them. But as soon as you remember a real devotee, ecstatic devotion, reality comes into your life. Otherwise, there's no importance to anything. I was living, for me, it must have had something from past life, because I never connected with the Bible, never read the doggone thing. I was like 21 years old or something, 20, 21. Never read anything before that. I was just going in bars. At 15, I had a job. I was working, making money, had my own apartment, quit school, going to bars, everything. I didn't care about God, nothing. But as soon as I got the Bible, man, boom, woke up. That's how it is. That's how it will be for you guys. As soon as you, it already is. That's why you, as soon as you met somebody that had this connection, boom, you started to find the real path. Real path. And until you do that, you don't know. And so that's a lot of people see, they find the real path and they instead of loving it. Like Lalita said her story. As soon as she saw an ecstatic chanter here, she was attracted. See, this is from past lives. That's the main thing for whatever you develop here, what is the body comes and goes anyway. But whatever attraction you develop here for God, that stays with you forever. But you could be fighting all this bullshit, man, and it just goes. The next lifetime, you might be a demigod or anything, but you're still not attracted to the Lord. You come here, this is the value here. You get some attraction to the transcendental virtues of the Lord. That stays with you forever. This other bullshit doesn't. Even these guys, David Icke ain't interested in this. You notice? Wouldn't come. I could be preaching and he'll look at this and say, no, I'm interested in being God. See, he's not a real devotee yet. I mean, get some good information from people, and stuff, that they're working on. But he's not a real devotee. Real devotee is the transcendental potency. I mean, this is what you can get here. This is rare. Everybody else is either, trying to become God if they got some higher consciousness, or they think they're God. Everything's misunderstanding. Here is true understanding, complete, full. See, why? Because real devotion is here. For the devotional potency. This devotional potency is rare. Look at even amongst religionists. Look amongst the Vaishnavas. They don't understand nothing about this. They don't even care about it. Oh, battery's running out. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, back here. All the devotees sing about your transcendental virtues. With great happiness. And those who listen get great happiness too. See? It's the only thing that purifies sins in the world. You know what sin is? Ignorance. Ignorance of thinking that you're God even. You listen. That's why there's a lot of great souls. I even listen to some of their stuff, because they spend time to do research that I'm not interested in doing. So I learn what I need to learn from them. But, they don't have this. They can't get purified to this point. Okay? This purifies all the sins of ignorance is what we do here. All misinformation is purified in this knowledge and in this ecstasy. That's why we're ecstatic, is because this knowledge is so pure. See, and this ecstasy is so pure that it gives us understanding of this knowledge because it's presented to us, right? That's why they wrote these books. This is very rare that these Goswamis come. They also come once every 4,320,000,000 years. And the Lord inspired them to write these wonderful books. That only if you're a devotee can you relish them. That's why even the Vaidhi Bhagavad, they never read the Goswami books. They can't. They don't have any understanding. I've had people translating these Goswami books, and sometimes they do a pretty good job. But they don't understand. They don't understand what I'm talking about. I met them in Alachua. This one guy did a nice translation, but he wasn't purified to understand these books that he was translating. It's the same thing with Acharya Dev. He can't really understand these things he was translating. We're here. You got to be a real devotee with real devotion. You got to have this special mercy. Prabhupada called it special mercy, special blessing of the Acharyas, special blessing of Krishna. See? That's what you guys get. It starts just even with one person who has it, and you get that. Then nobody else gets because they won't come through the door. And that's your witness, right? That's your example. You show the world, hey, man, well, this is what I got. You don't want it? Well, too bad for you. I'm going to go on relishing it, man. And some people, they become intelligent. They realize, well, look at us. We're standing out in the cold weather, and these people have this nice warm food. This is what this is. Isn't this warm? Oh, man, you got nice smiles on your face. Look at me. I got a scowl on my face. After a while, they start seeing. You show the example. You know, you look at Lolita. She's always ecstatic and blissful and you know, relaxed, easygoing, speaks like an angel, sings like an angel, everything. And after a while, you're thinking, well, I'm just got a scowl on my face. Look at me, mean. After a while, you start to see mean, miserable, stubborn, all that stuff. You know, that's the example of devotees. You know, when you taste this transcendental potency, you become more and more beautiful in the eyes of the Lord and the eyes of the world too. Become more attractive. Yeah. First, you got to get all the poison out of people. You know, like why look at beautiful Krishna? Why didn't Kaliya just right off the bat was attracted? Well, he was attracted by hating Krishna, right? And wanting to kill him, you know, because this is what poison does. That's why the Lord doesn't just so easily appear here, because, you know, people want to kill him, want to cover him up, want to get rid of God. Isn't that what they did with Jesus? Basically, the Pharisees, right? They want to get rid of the guy. Person come here to bless the world. Can you imagine that? Well, that's what they do naturally to real devotees. That's why they hide. That's why Prabhupada was more or less hiding, and Bhaktisiddhanta and Bhakti Vinod. Because you normally, if you express real bhakti here, they want to kill you, right? Yeah. So, hey, that's just that's attraction. Okay? So anyway, there's a lot of potency here. You know, it doesn't seem to. I don't stop here. I you know, I got my orders, man. You know, I got my what do you call authority here? It's been given. Yeah, whether people like it or not doesn't matter. It's all authorized. I just trust. See, the only trust in God, right? Trust that it's the Lord knows. I may not know everything, but the Lord knows, and if He gives the order, man, it must be a right time, right? Look at you guys. Just for that, you know how many peacock feathers we put in? Look, we got all these peacock feathers we're putting. You guys are like peacock feathers. We put them in His cap. That's how I see it. Just another peacock feather to put in His cap. Feather in His cap. You ever collect feathers? I used to do that. Collect feathers. Yeah, we're doing collecting feathers, man. Put them in Krishna's crown. Why should he just have one peacock feather? Why not have a whole bunch, man? It doesn't matter how much the world burns. There's always... Yeah. Yeah, anyway, you know, it's just... What are you going to do? You know, just do this. It's like, yeah, what are you going to do? Well, I think I'll do this. What are you going to do? You know, you can fight, you can run, you can, you know, I think I'll do this wherever I can, as long as I can. You know, there are kings. There's these kings in 10th canto because there was a time like this where all the kings got together, like all the kings of the world got together, and they wanted to take rule and make slaves. That's what was 10th canto. They wanted to get everybody under the control. All the demons came out. Right? And people, see, they had some place to run before. They would run to other kingdoms and live, the devotees. They could go somewhere. Here, it's a little hard now. See? So anyway, these kings were thrown in jail, and they were pious people, you know, pious kings. But they got thrown in jail by Kamsa. See, that's basically what you see. The pious people are being thrown in jail or killed or whatever, you know, gotten rid of. But anyway, these guys were in jail for some years. And then Krishna came and liberated them. Isn't it funny how Krishna is always somewhere in the pot, somewhere, right? Krishna's name is liberating us, isn't it? Radha and Krishna's name. Isn't it amazing? Huh? Krishna's always got to be in there. Otherwise, there's no real salvation there for anything. You know. So Krishna came and liberated them, took them, unlocked the door and everything. You know. And they were prayed. They prayed, hey, you know, this was good for us because we were getting really proud, and we were like really enjoying the world, and we thought we could live here forever and everything. And then your mode of passion and ignorance comes in the form of these demoniac asuras and takes away all our wealth and throws us in prison. And this was very good for our pride. Now we see you're the liberator. Let us, you know, let us be under your grace. And that's basically what's happening. If people won't submit to the preaching that we do here, I don't care. You see the symptoms? These Vaidhi Bhaktas, if they don't submit and surrender and accept that Lord Chaitanya is really here, like you guys have, you know, he's actually really working here. Look what happens. They just mean, miserable, stubborn. What good is that? That ain't going to get them through this time. Look, on the Alachua Temple, you can't even go there without being triple vaccinated. You know, that means all that poison you're on, all in the name of God. That's how powerful it is over there. It's so powerful, they can't even see how illusion that is, that they are siding now with the world. They are part of the ones who have fallen away. Just like in Christianity, unless you have strongly the Spirit, and the Spirit shows you this bullshit, you fall away and taken down by them, by the Maya. That's why only the ones with the Spirit will survive this, at least by their Spirit. See, the Spirit will, if as soon as you identify, you'll be like the early Christians, man. Their bodies didn't survive, many of them. They were thrown to the lions, but their spirit survived. And even the emperor was pissed off, man, because he went down there, look at their faces, and they had smiles on their face. They died in ecstasy, died in happiness and protection. He got so angry about that. He wanted them to suffer. This is what these demons, they like. The more suffering, the better. They love this thing. This is their sacrifice to Lucifer. The more chaos they cause, the better. And the devotees, this is why, hey, man, this is the survival. This is your spirit, man. It's going to awaken and be nurtured, and this lasts forever. Whatever progress people make here is going for your forever. And you can feel, you start to feel it, man. When you start chanting and the name gives you protection, you just kiss the ground, man, that you got that. Now you'll never lose that. That is the most important thing you've gotten in this whole world. Everything else is icing on the cake. Because now Krishna and Radha will protect you forever. Right, Shama-san? Do you get that? That's all you have to do is stay with them, and they'll stay with you now. Okay? That's what you get for being like the wives of the Brahmins, and you even left your guru for that. Okay? You got what they got. That's called love of God. That's the kind of stature of disciples and friends I get in this Sangha here, our Sangha. It's called Srimad Bhagavatam, the living book here. You guys are the living testimony. You're like those wives of the Brahmin. You left your gurus and your husbands to come here to and get the real husband and the real friend and the real devotee, the Radha and Krishna, to be governed then. See, now you can teach even these people that want to be anarchists on their own. See, they think, I'm just going to be on my own, alone, on my own, anarchist. No. You want true anarchy, you got to be in Krishna Vrindavan, man. True anarchist, he doesn't need anything. Radha doesn't need anything but Krishna, and Krishna doesn't need anything but Radha and her girlfriends. And we're part of that. You want to be, this is true anarchy here, man. Governed by Radha and Krishna. Isn't it? That's what I'm seeing. I'm experiencing that. True anarchy, man. Yeah, I don't need any government to tell me this or that. And I just follow the rules as much as I need to. So, what is that? It's not, it's just, render to Caesar what is Caesar's and render to God what is God. My soul belongs to God, and I like to put my time more into that. Hey, that's the devotional thing. See, Brahma and the sages cannot find an end to your glories. You notice that? Isn't that amazing? Every day, more and more glories, more and more enthusiasm to be connected to the glories of the Lord. The more attraction, the more tears. Look at Lalita. More tears, more nose blowing, more smiles, more bliss, more ecstasy. Never run it out, man. What kind of where do you see such a demonstration of real spirituality? Where? You read the verse and you think, hey man, that's going on here. Look at this, never coming to the end. Boy, look at it every day, 2, 3, 4 hour classes and more during the day. And you guys get in the act. You're all 24-hour kirtan going on here. I wake up in the morning, Lilita is already giving class, and Johan and River sometimes. How come she's not giving enough class? I don't know. I don't see her thing that much. Is she playing hooky? Maybe she's playing hooky. She's a grave sage today. She has a lot to do, actually. She has so much. It's amazing she does what she does, huh? God, man. She has a full schedule here. And has to do all these other things, Has to do twice what we have to do just to maintain the life. See, and it's proof she still fits this in. See, she makes this priority. All right. So you are Lord Narayan. You in your human-like form, you enjoy pastimes in Vrindavan. You are Lord Narayan. In your human-like form, you enjoy pastimes in Vrindavan. So the Lord enjoys pastimes in Vrindavan. Isn't that amazing? Oh, but do you enjoy his pastimes in Vrindavan? Now, that's the main thing, isn't it? Do we enjoy them? Do I enjoy them? Okay? Do you like to hear about these pastimes? Do you like to taste them? Do you like the name? Do you like Krishna? See, Krishna and Radha's name are there. Do you like that name? Because that's Vrindavan, is that name. Do you like chanting that name? Does it make you ecstatic? Do tears come to your eyes and laughter and all that just by chanting? See, otherwise you're not in Vrindavan. You're not manifesting the example of Vrindavan here yet. See, people are kind of imitating that. They want to think, oh, yes, I'm Gurudev, man. I'll take you to Vrindavan. But they chant the holy name. And where are the big profuse tears and the ecstasy and the choking of the voice? Because that's that name you love. It gives you the greatest happiness. Where's that? Okay. That's where people, that is, if you call yourself a Vaishnava, you call yourself a worshiper of Radha and Krishna, that's where you should be. If you don't know that, come here and I'll just keep repeating that truth. You should be amongst real devotees who have real devotion and real devotional taste, and is proven by their ecstatic tears and choking of the voice and extraordinary spiritual happiness. You can see the transformation with your own eyes, just like the book teaches of Lord Chaitanya's time. Where is that going on? Where is that same situation is going on? That's where you have access to the spiritual world. Otherwise, there's no access. Where is that same pastimes you read in the book in living color? going on right now at your door to the same Vrindavan and ecstatic devotion. Otherwise, you haven't found the door, man. You're still looking. It's not through gurus who don't manifest that same ecstatic potency and knowledge that Lord Chaitanya did in life now. So, we see you again and again in our thoughts. How many austerities did we perform in our past births that we can now see you with our own eyes? See, they got to see him with their own eyes. But more important for us, yeah, a lot of people go see the deity. You're seeing Krishna. But do you really see Krishna? You notice people coming here and hearing about Krishna, and when you chant his name and tears are coming, or this ecstatic bliss and protection and feeling of closeness with something spiritual comes, now that's seeing Krishna. Because that was the result of those persons who actually saw Krishna. They felt like many of you are feeling. That's the important thing. Because, look at that washerman. He saw Krishna and he hated him. He wasn't purified. Oh, you, Krishna, I am a servant of Kamsa. See, I'm a hard-hearted Pharisee type. And I do austerity. See, this is what they teach. Do austerities and you'll see Krishna. Yeah, you'll see Krishna, and then how do you feel when you see him? That's why the devotees come. The devotees come. You see the devotee, you're seeing Krishna. What do you see? Satchidananda, that's Krishna. They come. What do you think it means? You think it's just a word representing Krishna? Oh, this person represents. Oh, really? You represent Krishna? That means you represent Satchidananda. Let's see it, man. Where is it? Where is Krishna? Well, I'm sorry, we're hiding Krishna. Like Prabhupada had to hide Krishna a bit because people couldn't take the force of Satchidananda. Too much purification. Had too many things going on. He had to do his mission. Okay. Where is the real Krishna? That's the thing. Well, wherever a real devotee is, that's where the real Krishna is. Well, how do you know that? Well, then you'll see Satchidananda if they're teaching about the real Krishna. You'll see the real knowledge, complete information and knowledge, and you'll see the complete ecstatic worship. This completes. This is the worship the Lord is looking for. This is the ultimate goal of life, is spontaneous, ecstatic worship of Radha and Krishna. I'll never find an end to these glories. You can repeat the same thing over and over, going, you just go deeper and deeper and deeper forever. You think this will ever stop? It'll never stop. See? People are stopped in their material endeavors in this world by death. This here, we step over the head of death. They kill the body and boom, step right into eternity. Because I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing now, forever, just like Narada Muni. He was chanting the holy name and death came just like a lightning flash, and he was chanting the holy name. What's the difference? You found what is eternal. Can you imagine? People don't know that. But every activity people are doing, when they die, the body dies because they still identify themselves as the material mind, the material emotions, the material intelligence, which is ignorance. They come back and take another body and identify again with the material body, with the material intelligence, with the material emotions. Here you come here, you're stepping over the head of death. If you come here, you get purified. See? You step over because you think you're just seeing material emotions here? You think these are material emotions? Do you think this is a material mind? Do you think Gohari is identifying with his material body or name? Okay. Oh, ready or not? Here I am. There he is. Get him up here. All right, Tom. All right, welcome. Ready or not? I like that. Ready or not? Here I am. Yeah. See? And look at you guys, man, you're transcending too. You and we're just putting a lot of feathers in Krishna's cap here. We got River, we got Tom, we got Shamasan, we got Lalita. Yeah. See, people don't know what's going on here is unusual, uncommon. That's why people they don't pay it any mind usually. Oh, really? Oh, we'll get you to pay mind to this. Oh, well, you better. Well, you know that's the work here. Yeah, that's why I got the order like Nityananda. Lord Chaitanya said to Nityananda, if you don't act a little more wild in this world, how are we going to accomplish our mission? What does wild mean? It means you got to kind of move around, and get people's attention. Yeah, do stuff, make some jokes, criticize some gurus, put them in their place. Get their attention, man. Act a little wild. Do what nobody else can do. Nobody has the power to do. You show people what real freedom is. Freedom is in this name, man. Makes you so free. You can point out the faults of the gurus. Can you imagine to do that? Nobody would dare. They're afraid of committing offenses. All I do is the name gets stronger. There must be some power and special power in this name. I can point out the faults of Acharya Dev, and not be it really a fault. I'm just finding faults so that they don't have to fall in them. And see, to me, a fault is when the earth opens up and wants to swallow you. So I say, hey, look, you're in a fault, man. You're going to be swallowed up. To me, that's fault finding. I like to fault find. I find out where darkness is going to swallow you up and tell you, hey, don't go over there, Acharya Devs and Radhanaths. Don't fall in that fault. That's how you think fault finding is. I want to criticize, take them down. No, I don't want them to fall in the dark crevice. That's the difference here. People misunderstand. Why do they misunderstand me? They think I'm like them. They think I'm like them. I want to take people down, into the darkness like them. Like even these gurus, they're not self-realized. They don't. What? Can't you demonstrate what we do here? Can't you demonstrate chanting the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, with the tears and everything Lord Chaitanya did, and Nityananda and all their real followers? Why can't you do that? Why can't you show you're a real guru? So why do you have a problem with me pointing it out so that you can learn what the real standard of Krishna consciousness is? I've been ordered by Prabhupada to teach the real standard, my friends. By the guru you don't know very well, obviously. Why, Lord, do they misunderstand me? Why don't they understand? Oh, I think I should give up preaching because they're against me and they hate me. No way. Let's just get more inspired. Yeah, we're going for the rhinoceros. We want to make a lot of people Christian. This is the time to do it. If there's any time, man, we're going to do it now. It's like that, what was that? The king of Prince or King of England. We have an opportunity to do a great reset. Yeah, we have. Yes, I agree. But not the way you think. Because you're an Asura, man. You want to reset it? No, we have an opportunity to have a great reset. Reset everybody, into being sovereign in God, even you guys. Worship the real God, the eternal God, where real immortality is. Mr. Charles, Prince Charles, we have a great opportunity to do this reset. And we are, because my Lord is more strong than your Lucifer. He swallows up Lucifer, eats it for breakfast. That hood is here. Comes up every day, man. Swallow a little more Maya. Yeah. How many austerities did we perform in our past births that now we see you with our eyes? The Lord Chaitanya put so much emphasis on hearing and change. And this is the best way. Like you guys coming here and listening to all this crazy talk and see all this crazy emotions and everything is the best way. You're in the best process. This is called sadhu sangha, real sadhu sangha. These other gurus, even they were just talk. Oh yeah, sadhu sangha is the great way, great way, great way. But you don't see the real thing yet. Here's the real thing, man. When you're really okay, you can boast about it, talk about it, and then give your many lifetimes preaching before people will get real sadhu sangha, because obviously you didn't have it, because people don't get what people get here. Real sadhu sangha is supposed to produce this result. Okay, when you have this kind of sadhu sangha, you have ecstatic love of God begin to manifest. See, when you have this kind of sadhu sangha. See? O Lord Narayan, we beg you, please be merciful and accept this food we bring to you. Now, with your own eyes, we see your feet. Did you hear Lalita's class this morning? And she says now in every class, because she wants to get up and feed Krishna. See, that's his food, is chanting the holy name. You notice? It's feeding Krishna. You get stronger and you become more nourished and more like, when you're eating good food, this kind of food, what happens? You're feeling more happy inside, see? And more spiritually strong, more knowledge, more understanding. See, the spiritual world starts to widen, open up more. See, that's feeding Krishna. See, he's looking for that kind of food. See, you come here, you're going to be qualified to worship like none of these gurus can worship. They never demonstrated it. You demonstrate even now. We'll give you another chance. This is second chance. Demonstrate that you can get what people are getting here. Demonstrate this kind of ecstatic worship that like Lalita or Johan does, or River does. You demonstrate. Let us see it. See? That's the food. You want to really feed Krishna? Who out there really wants to feed Krishna? Or you just want a bullshit idea of feeding Krishna? Feed him with rules and regulations. Yeah, it's like feeding Krishna? No, he likes Vrindavan food. Vrindavan food is ecstatic worship, isn't it? Feed Krishna the holy name. Didn't he show that when he in his pastimes of Lord Chaitanya? He would stop crying only when they would chant Krishna's name. See? Matter of fact, if you now it's really the opposite. There was just a kind of a thing to teach that you want to like make him happy, but now you'll start crying, chanting Krishna's name in this kind of association. And this is very pleasing to the Lord, very pleasing to you. Then you start to realize, wow, these tears are different than what I used to cry. I used to painful tears. You ever had those painful tears? I don't know if Lalita can remember them anymore. Painful tears, They're painful. People, that's why they don't like this crying, Lalita. They think, oh, that must be painful. Because they're in painful tears. They don't know its glories, how they're cooling these tears, and they dissolve our immersement in the birth and death cycle. They don't know. See, O Lord Narayan, we beg you, please be merciful and accept the food we bring to you. See, and that's what devotees do. They make your food acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. They make your chanting acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. You notice that? That's how it works. I went to visit Noodles in Germany, and she said, I don't like to hear my voice when I chant. See? And just a little bit of chanting there and kirtan, all of a sudden she says, oh, well, I like to chant now. I like to hear my voice. It's all about make you acceptable in the eyes of the Lord. And you know that when that's happening. When you're feeding Krishna, chanting his name, and you're feeling so happy, extraordinarily happy, more so than you ever felt before. Now you're starting to feed Krishna. Now you're starting to know what he likes and gradually start to see, oh, I see. This is your happiness. I'm your servant. This is Vrindavan style. Now you know Vrindavan personally in this world because you're like them. Yeah, you're feeding Krishna. Krishna is fed. You know what Krishna? Oh, I just think about Krishna. I really like Krishna. Oh, Krishna, where are you today? That's feeding Krishna. Feeding your attention. Look at these people in the world. They're just in the Maya, his Maya. They give their attention to the Maya, the illusion, or even in religion, they give it their attention to these gurus. Can you imagine giving your attention to these gurus when these gurus here in our Sangha are available so you can get transcendental taste so easily? Can you imagine how dumb that is? Should I not point it out? Should I just let that fault opened up by a fault of negligence of this? Just stay, like, just be there, and people just keep falling in the darkness of worshiping unrealized guru or idols who don't have devotion. You're not fit to be put on the altar, man, unless you have real devotion. Like that's Vishnu has devotion, man. Are you like Vishnu, Vishnu Tattva? Are you part of that? Does the Lord come as you in this world and through you via medium where people can see, oh, look at Satchidananda manifestation here? Are you like that or not? Well, mostly not. But here is. Even my disciples are becoming like that. So why? You want to continue falling in that fault of darkness because you want to be part of the blind leading the blind? How long do you want to go doing the blind leading the blind? You want to be, how long do you want to be a blind leader or a blind follower? You want to stay blind? No, this is the only eye, man. This is the only light is the word, man, the real word. See, the word, solid word, the Thor hammer word, the club word. See, the club. In order to be part of the club, you have to get the club. Club of truth. See, Vishnu who carries the club. Clubbing. We got to go clubbing, man. This is going clubbing. We go visit the various sanghas like this and start clubbing away so that they can become part of the real club, the eternal club, the one that lives forever. That's here, man. This is the door. You want to come into eternity? You want to chant the holy name like you could see devotees chant here? Anybody interested? Because it's not out there, obviously, because I don't see anybody chanting like this. Do you? Have you seen? I was watching the guy in Florida, nice guy. And there he had another kirtan. I don't know, maybe you've seen it too. Another kirtan. These guys got no friggin' life, man. Hare Krishna, bang, bang, clang, clang. Bang, bang, clang, clang. No life in this thing. No energy. The same thing I've seen for years. I've never been attracted to Vaishnavas like this. To me, it's idol worship. You're idling away your time. You got to go to those who have life and get life. Then you bring life to your worship, man. You bring life to the worship, man. Energy. See? Because when you have spiritual taste, Krishna in you is getting strong and he begins to speak. And he has now a real mouthpiece to represent him. See, you got to get this taste, man. You got to get this communion with the Lord. See, you got to become complete in him and prove it. See, you got to, this devotion has to manifest in you. See, then you found completion. Without devotion, God is not complete. Right? Krishna doesn't feel complete without Radha, right? Well, how can you feel complete without Radha or devotion awakened in you? All you'll have is the name, and it's all up here. You notice big heads, talking heads in Vaishnavism. That's all they are, talking heads. Just the head talking, not a full body. You know, devotee, full body experience here, man. Full. Not just talking. Full body. Energy, life. It's interesting, fascinating. Truth is like, whoa, man, trippy. Put you on a trip, an eternal trip. You become spellbound by the truth. Better than being spellbound by his Maya, man. That ain't a very happy place. Better come to Big Brother over here and Big Sisters over here. Otherwise, Big Brother Biden is ready for you, man. He wants to be your big brother, father, mother, and will put you in a cage. Go ahead, Tom. What?
Yeah, is it like this that a lot of people they start?
Oh, let me put my headphones on. Oops.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Go
Krishna.
ahead now. All
Yeah,
right. What?
is it like this that a lot of people they start at the superficial signs, like the material signs, and they forget the essence. They don't start with the living force, with the character. They start with the symptoms, but they cannot grasp the essence by starting with imitating the symptoms. They have to start with the real association, with the real contact to the living force.
Well, that's the truth. See, that's the confidential truth, but people can't understand it. So the acharyas give you the rules and the regular, like Moses. They can't understand how to approach because you got to go through purification. See, this is the thing. They don't know how to do that. They don't know they're so identified in the beginning that they just give them some rules and they get a little purified, go to the temples, and bang, bang, clang, clang for who knows how long. But anyway, there are people that they come, like I came, I was never attracted to that. And a lot of you were never really that attracted. You're there by default, and maybe you learn some stuff. But it's like it's like you can't perfect your devotion. Lord Chaitanya said the same thing to devotees. He said, go to this ecstatic devotee and then you can perfect your devotion, your bhakti. But you can't perfect it amongst Vaidhi Bhaktas because they don't understand this level. Okay? So that's why you see we get the one by one people come here. This is where they can perfect their devotion. Okay? Otherwise, there's no place for you. Where are you going to do this? Look at that, it's a family thing. I mean, it's very rare to find. This is why this devotion isn't taught often, because, you have to get a family, to teach it. And it's not easy because most people are neophytes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they can't understand, they can't receive because there is no room, and there is no room because they are not purified, and they are not purified because they don't hear.
Yeah, you have to
It's
be ready. Yes, that's
it's
simple.
simple. They need Siksha.
Yeah. Yeah, so you need to, and so like Jesus said, I come here to teach those who are taught by God. See, by God in here. Like Lalita knew, see, the Lord led her here. You have to be, otherwise you cannot, you'll be like even these gurus, they can't take the teaching here. They can't take the purification here. But you can, because this is divinely ordained. This is all divinely orchestrated. The whole thing. It's an orchestra. People have their different parts. Everybody in the world, out, different positions, whatever, you can tell. There are people inspired. There are gurus inspired doing what they're doing, right? They like it. They're doing what they can comprehend and everything. And everybody, the demons are also the Bill Gates. He's very inspired to do what he's doing. Fauci also. David Icke is very inspired to do what he does. Everybody's working under the Lord is seated in the heart. And see, I'm very inspired to do this. Yeah. See, got to point out. See, that's why, in a sense, see, Uttamadikari is they don't preach like this. They just see everybody's a servant of the Lord. But if I don't preach like this, then this is not available. See, I got to point out and basically poo-poo everything because it is. Compared to this, that's all like poo-poo. And for those who are looking, okay, I'm tired of the poo-poo. That's poo-poo here, poo-poo here, poo-poo. It's all poo-poo. See? It's all poo-pooable. You know, poo-poo is like you put it, it's like put it down. It's not really that good. It's not that good. It's not that good. This is good. This is the best. There ain't nothing better than bhakti. There's no path greater than bhakti. There's no great association greater than the real devotees who have real devotion, and they're very rare because Maya's always putting it out, putting them down, poo-pooing it. You notice? That's what you get, even all the way up into religion. That's why we abandon it, because they're poo-pooing on us. Hey, you can't add anything. What? No, we're here to you want to get truth? You want to go beyond religion? You better come over here. Otherwise, I ain't going over there. You can poo-poo all this we want. That's all your poo-poo. You go smell your poo-poo. I don't need any of that poo-poo. It's all religion is poo-poo to me. If it's not, you like smelling poo-poo, well, stay in religion. We're here for those who are tired of that poo-poo. You tired of religion? Are you tired of religious Vaishnavism? Are you tired of following gurus who haven't realized Krishna and Radha? Are you tired of it yet? If not, keep staying it. Keep worshiping idols. What's it to me? You know, I'm here for those who are tired of worshiping idols. They're just idols. If you haven't realized Radha and Krishna can demonstrate it in the world, you're poo-pooable. Because this is the greatest truth, man. I'll stand up for it, man. This is the narrow gate, man. This is the key and the door to infinity and eternal life. There ain't any other door. You got to have this style, man. You got to be such an underrepresentative in this world. And they're rare right now. Very rare. Very, very, very rare. And if you don't like it, you think you're Narayan Maharaj, you're Jaipataka, or you're Radhanath, or your heroes and all that, well, go out there. See how far it gets you. And you can continue watching our Lalitas and our Johans and our rivers and watch the progress here until you realize what is really real in this world. You're not real until you're like this. Until you're Satchidananda manifestation of the world. You got no real reality here. Is that too much truth for the world? Well, amen. We're here for that. I got the same orders like Nityananda. Not a little wild in this world, wildly preaching truth, showing truth, demonstrating truth. How are we going to get the attention of the world about what is really important? Because Maya's out there. Oh, go look at me. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit guru. Look at this bullshit teacher. Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. And I'm saying, hey, man, look at this truth, man. Look at this real truth, real solid truth, man. This will give you immortality. Like here, you see, even in the book, it glorifies the worship you see here. It's fascinating. Yeah. Yes. See, this is how we fight Maya. We taste our way through it, man. Just eat it up. A bigger snake comes and eats up the Maya. This is a transcendental snake. Krishna is coming through here, eating up the Maya. You know, just another swallow. You ever see snakes eat? They go by gulps, just, and they go. That's what we do every day. It's just another gulp, and then a little bit more. See, River's eating her popcorn. Orange. Oh, good. Great verses, huh? After many births, we have attained your feet. Now our lives are success. See, the wives of the Brahmin, how'd they do it? They did it through the cowherd boys. See, the ecstatic representatives of Krishna who had intimacy with Krishna. See, this is Bhagavatam. See, many lives they attained their feet. See, they could recognize the cowherd boys. They could recognize they had the word of the true God, not the word of liars and cheaters and hypocrites who have not realized the Lord. No, you need somebody who's really realized God. You hear that word and you're attracted to it. Oh, now you go. You're like the wives of the Brahmins. See, you got to be the living Bhagavatam. You got to hear the words of the ecstatic cowherd boys who are actually from Vrindavan in 2021, and you respond like that. See, responsibility, your ability to respond to the word that's coming from the real Lord through his real representative, the ecstatic word, the truthful word. Okay? You become like, see, Lalita, you guys are like the living Bible. You come here. You come like they came. They came. Did Krishna come directly to them? Well, he came through the cowherd boys. You notice that? Why wasn't it just Krishna in the past time? Why does it say that Krishna sent the cowherd boys out there? First to the Brahmins who rejected him, like the Brahmins here reject, and then to the wives. See, the wives are the followers of these persons. They're the gurus. You see, we're appealing to the followers now. So if there's anyone like those wives, they will come here, even though they're spiritual masters. They're gurus, just like the wives. Oh, don't go over the Gauri. Don't listen to him, man. He's abnormal. But if you do go, you get the benedictions that the wives get. Is this the Bhagavatam? Is this the confidential meaning or not? Am I telling the truth, or are those bullshitters telling you the truth? The ones in the Brahmin positions. See, those spiritual masters that you got. So this appeal is to those who are like the wives of the Brahmins. Do you want to be like them? Do you want to get love of God quickly like they did? Well, you do that path. If you want to delay it, go follow those Brahmins and their stereotyped rituals and everything for some more lifetimes. But you want the fast way? The fast way is opened up. Why? Because the word is opened up. The word is in the book, and we brought that. I extract the word right now. It is thrown out to you. It is your rope. For you who are like that, you want the glory of love of God? See, look at you guys who have grabbed the rope. Lalita's grabbed the rope. See, it's like the wife of the Brahmins. She's here. Shama-san, look at her. She's a good example. She actually had a guru. And she said, well, no, I'm going to go. All right, I want to listen. What, I'm not enough, he said. She said, no, I'm going over there. I want more. See, she's Bhagavatam in life. Okay? That's why she has love of God. She followed the real path. She followed the real Bhagavatam. She followed this word who gave assurance. The Bhagavatam, Guru Sadhu Shastra. You see, Lalita did that. Johan did that. And then you do it too. You get that result. That goes for everybody here. You follow the formula, you get the result. You follow the real Bhagavatam, which I'm preaching now, and you can all check it. You gurus can check it if you really have any purity in your heart. You see what I'm saying is true. You can do the same thing. But they usually won't. It's usually the wives who come first. They're disciples, they're dependents who they can't deliver. So somebody here has the real message of deliverance, the real Bhagavatam you hear here. Yes or no? Can you not check this and now it'll make sense to you? Why? Because you heard the truth. by the action of the book Bhagavad, right? The action, man, and the devotee Bhagavad. Love of God is transmitted into you. Formula. It's always been the formula, always will be. You believe this word, you got the real book Bhagavad, and you will know, you will be a witness. You will see all this bullshit come out of you, and then you will get this love of God, and you will be a witness for the real path. Now you're really serving in the best path. You're a deliverer of the world, fishermen of men and women. Yeah, fish them out of Maya. You have the power because you're an example, a real example of the book Bhagavad. You're a devotee Bhagavad. You must do this if you want God. How greedy are you for the truth? Can you hear what I'm saying here? Have you read Prabhupada's books enough and not understood them? And now does that make sense what I'm saying? This message is for you. Are you ready to come out of the world into the loving God stage and be a real devotee of the Lord in ecstasy and intimacy and chant the holy name like you see devotees here doing? You ready for that? We're here for you. Come follow. Uncle Sam wants you. Come into this army. What is the source of your and my level of happiness? Yeah. See, the source is Radha and Krishna. Is the source of their happiness, is our happiness. It's each other, therefore it's our happiness. It's a happy. That's all I'm here to teach about, is the happiness of Radha and Krishna. To show it, to demonstrate it, to teach its glories, to stand up for that in this world, that this is the greatest thing, because it is, and show that it is, till people really get that. Oh, well, we didn't know. Our gurus are teaching you shouldn't cry for Krishna. That's what Narayana is teaching. You shouldn't cry for Krishna publicly. I'm sorry, man. That's backwards. This is forwards. Are you ready for some forward movement? Cry for Krishna like Lalita and do some real transcendental good in this world. If you can. Yeah, I went to a class in there. I'm telling people the truth now. This is my actual experience. I can say what I want about my experience, and don't like it, too bad. This is great instruction for those who really want it. I was there a year and a half in Vrindavan, living there, man. I was a resident of Vrindavan, actually had a card. And I went for a year and a half to his top disciples' classes. And one of the classes, one of his top disciples, everybody would go to her class. And she says, yes, a little tear came to her eyes. She was talking about just a little small tear. And she wiped it like this. She says, I used to cry all the time for Krishna when I would repeat his pastimes. And then I got initiated by my Gurudev. And I stopped crying for Krishna. And I went to Gurudev. I don't cry anymore for Krishna. I feel like, oh no, don't worry. I took that away from you so you can preach. You know what this reminds me of? That's why I always look at his picture and never thought something wrong. You can't take this, you guys. That's why they didn't come. It doesn't matter. You guys who have faith in it, doesn't matter. You can stay there. Stay dry. What's it to me? I've been there, done that. I looked at it. I see what happened to me. I became dry like a oil cake without the oil.
So he took it away. He took it away.
He says, yeah, she said.
The devil.
Yeah. I'm telling you, in Vaishnava, the real thing is hiding. So
how could he do that, Maharaj? How could he just take it away?
It's by association.
By his association.
By association. And I saw all top disciples. I went to all their classes. No bhakti. None. top ones. So and then he told my ex-wife went to him and she says, "Does Gorhari have real bhakti?" No. Same thing with the other guy.
The
Yeah,
association is connected with faith also,
yeah,
I feel.
yeah. So anyway, this is a lot of people. Not to say now he inspired people. You see, he had his mission. Everybody does, but to get this is very rare. To really understand Lord Chaitanya, I found is very rare. That's what I found. That's why it took what it took. I had to see a lot of things. Okay? So one point is it's very similar to I saw two videos. I gave one to Shama-san where this guy showed these people that had faith in the jab, you know, and all the one lady, both ladies were saying like this. They had faith in the Maya. There's Mayas on all levels, all the way up, hiding this very rare kingdom of Vrindavan. Okay, all the way up into this religion thing. Okay. So this is a way to understand this. They had such faith in this thing that's not good for them. They're having all these horrible symptoms and everything. Oh yeah, this is, they told me, the doc said we'll have this symptom and that symptom, and I'm shaking. I'm in such pain and migraines and everything, but at least I took the shot because it's good for me. They say it's good for me. It's the same thing. People don't know the standard. That's why the Narayan Raj group, they don't like these tears. They think it's wrong. It's bad. Okay. So that's why they won't come. They don't come because they were taught like that. So anyway, it's unfortunate, but that's where they are. In another life, they'll probably, they'll get a situation where they'll really want to go the real way. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of like this. So you have faith into the Maya all the way up until you get real deliverance. See, bottom line is, whatever group you go in, whether you go to Narayan Raj or Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Smriti, or Prabhupada, are you delivered yet? And most aren't. Delivered means you chant like this. You're intimate with God. That's the whole point of coming to Krishna, is to get the fruit of love of God. And most don't have it. Most say they have it, or they think they have it, or maybe they have something else and they preach other things and they can't do the job. So anyway, the job is being done here. Okay. And it's, you get what Lord Chaitanya gave. And they gave this ecstatic devotee. They were immersed in it. They chanted in ecstasy, and we're doing that. That's the main thing. It's not about, it's about see, Vrindavan is a place of greed. Are you really want it? Do you really want it? Are you ready to sacrifice everything for it? Are you ready to sacrifice your dry eyes for it? You ready for them to be wet? Does this make sense to you that this is the real Vrindavan? Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And if anything, Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva says, go away from this, he would do them a service by not listening. Literally, you will liberate your own guru for coming here, because that's why Prabhupada took care to write these books. You got to hear who is giving you the best conclusion, because if they're giving you the best conclusion on that book, it's because their bhakti is big and real. Okay? That's the bottom line. It comes down to that. And if you won't listen or you don't believe in it, well, then it's not for you. You're just, you believe in pride. That's all I saw in the Narayan Raj. Oh, there's a lot of pride. Proud of this, proud of that. And they thought that was proud of their austerities. Still proud. Remember, we were in Goa. People were a little attracted to what we're doing, and then they listened, blah, 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 and then they didn't come. And then you went and listened, you saw it wasn't there because it's not there. It's not in that line. It's in this line, the real thing. This is the real thing. It's not in this ISKCON line. It's in Prabhupada, but the line is, where is the living link? See, the progressive Vaishnavism. See, this bhakti is not there with these gurus. It's not in the Narayan Maharaj group. It's not there. It's not in Gaudiya Math. It's not there. You don't see these symptoms there, so it's not there. For Christ's sake, man, wake up. It's where is it? Reality. Where is it real? No, blah, blah, we're in Braganuga, purebhakti.com. Where is purebhakti.com? Where is it in life? Not on some mental idea. Where do you see that exuding? Where do you see the songbook in life? From them, ecstatic prem emanates from the real guru. Where is that? By their word, all the ignorance is destroyed, all of it. That's the place of the real guru. That was the standard of Nartam that he had. And that's here again. And that's why people get delivered here, because it's real. It's real bhakti. It's real fast. And it's real love. Everything about it is real here. Substantial. Real food for Krishna. He only likes real food. He only loves real devotees, and real devotees love him. Yeah. So, after many births, we have attained your feet. Now our lives are successful. See, and how did they do it? They went to the real cowherd boys who had real bhakti that the Brahmins wouldn't do and their followers wouldn't do. If those Brahmins say, hey, don't go to the cowherd boys, and you said no, well, okay, I'm not going to go. Well, then you don't get what the wives got. It's the same thing for you ISKCON devotees and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti. If you don't come here, you won't get what those wives of the Brahmins got, and that was called love of God, and they got it in that life, didn't they? Did it say another lifetimes or many other lifetimes? No, there was the power to give that love in that lifetime, just like there is here, and we've already demonstrated. So what is the problem? We already demonstrated that these things are not pipe dreams. There are realities, they would come into reality. So, see, now our lives are success. And do you feel that? Isn't it nice to feel your life? Do you need any more assurance than your life is a success? It's there. You're successful. And everything else is gravy, right? You live or die. You like Paul, St. Paul. What is the difference between you, Lalita, and St. Paul? You live or die. You're thinking the same, right? Well, I live or I die. I'm going with Krishna either way. And it's better, just like Paul says, better for you that I'm here because, I get to, help you continue on. It's devotee. You become that realized. See, realization. You realize the truth, man. Truth has set you free, and you set others free, whoever will listen to you. So I say, hey, man, this is your opportunity. And any of those sanghas I mentioned, it's your opportunity. What, are you going to go to hell coming here for what I said? Because I pointed out things that nobody pointed out and can point out. None of them, not in their followers, nothing. They can't point this out. They can't demonstrate this. They can't awaken love of God. Like it's the power. I have the assurance. I have the order. I have everything. Everything is, the ducks are in the row here, man. I have the real Bhagavatam. I preach the real Bhagavatam. No compromise, no fear, nothing. You believe this word, you're delivered. It's just like that. Not going to get any easier than this. Paul had more hair in his head. Come as you are, my friend, cause I want. See, come as you are as a friend, cause I want you to be ecstasy. Yeah, ecstasy, yeah. And I swear that I won't have a gun. What is that? I don't understand. Do you understand what he's talking about?
Maybe he's talking like he's a coward boy.
Oh, I don't know. River probably knows what he's talking about. No?
Nirvana, he says.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, it is what it is.
Can I say something? I
Yeah.
feel, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel it's important, and it's also connected to Karuna. Who is in charge? When you are in a certain association, are you in charge? Is there a person motivated by lower levels who is in charge, or is who is in charge? Is it a real guru empowered on the Satchitananda level? Who is in charge?
Oh, yeah. See, the bottom line is whose word do you accept? Somebody's noise. What is that noise? There we go. It was River. Okay. Yeah. It's yeah, who's in charge? Basically, the word is in charge here. You know, I'm listening to the word, I'm ascertaining these things. I believe in these words. And if you do too, then you can understand transcendental knowledge. Didn't Prahlad say that? You got to meet a real Prahlad. You know, somebody who's empowered like Prahlad. And the same thing is always in force. It's always that way. You got to meet a Jesus, somebody like Jesus. See, their word does stuff. Their word delivers you. It's always been like that. If you don't believe that here, well, then you haven't found the real guru, or you're not in believing in the real guru. Because it's all didn't I read that yesterday? Prahlad said, if you just have faith in my word, you can understand transcendental knowledge like I do. That's what it comes down to, doesn't it, Lolita? That's why she understands. That's why anybody here understands. You have faith in this word. Otherwise, you're going to have faith in what? Jayapataka's word? Have you realized transcendental knowledge? You know what transcendental knowledge is? Part of that is devotion, ecstasy, the knowledge of devotion, the experience of devotion. Have you realized that through his word? Or how about Radhanath's nice humble pie word, the Devananda Pandit type word? Have you realized ecstatic worship? Well, that's you guys are realizing it, because this is the goal of Lord Chaitanya's movement, is what you see here and perceive here. You see the real people relishing the real feet of Krishna and the ecstasy of that. To just see that, and if you recognize, oh, you're like those women, oh, how lucky we are to see your feet. You come here, you're seeing the feet of Krishna. When you can feel it, man, when you can feel these are the Lord's feet, man, then you're like the coward, like these wives of the Brahmins. Oh, how many lifetimes we've been waiting for this, to see these, to perceive it. You know, otherwise you see but don't see. Like these persons, they come, look at this. They see but don't see. See, they're blinded. They're blind. But you see, and you have the same kind of feeling. Wow, how fortunate we are to see this ecstatic worship, to feel this ecstatic worship, to get the result of this, seeing this and hearing this. If nobody likes this talk, too bad for you, man. What's it to me? Just stay out there in your Maya until you will. You know, it may take 1 or 2 lifetimes. Okay, you followed Narayan Raj or Prabhupada or one of their representatives. Stay there until you're ready to hear such truth like this and go through the transformation. But if you're ready, come here and you have an opportunity in this life. You'll be the real Bhagavatam. You'll be like those wives, man. You'll be saying, oh, yeah, man. You'll get love of God like they got. Just got to pass the test, man.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I suppose myself included. So the way Karuna is feeling at the moment, going through some deep purification, does that still mean that he's delivered? Is he still delivered because he comes here every day and he listens to you every day?
Yeah. I mean, it may take him if he comes and goes through what he goes and he makes it to the point of ecstatic, pure-hearted, ecstatic worship. He's really delivered. I mean, he's delivered already because he likes this, and he like it. So it's progressive. You know, for him to come to this point, he say if he didn't come here, he wouldn't be getting honest like this. See, he would have that covering. He'd go through all this condition. He'd be always like a ping pong ball with people. You know, they'll be wondering, why is he this way? Just living like conditioned souls, repressed and suppressed and all this. This stuff is coming out now. So he's made it up to this point. See, and they'll go deeper as more he develops faith in this word. See, the Lord will give him increasing encouragement. But, part of it is you got to stick with it. Otherwise, you don't. You just, like we've had people, they fell off at different points and they're not here. So they're, until they rectify that. It's called Guru Aparad. This is all this stuff that Lord Chaitanya talked about and taught is all here. When you're in Guru Aparad, you're like that. You're like a Christina. You're like a Mahavirya. Like my ex-wife. Like Nina, you're in Guru Vaishnava Aparad, man. It's true. It just is, and that's why you're not here. Why wouldn't you want to be with those who have realized love of God? Why wouldn't you? Only Guru and Vaishnava Aparad. You tripped, and it'll be rectified because everybody liked what we were doing in the beginning. Mahavirya liked this. My ex-wife liked it. Others have liked it. Karuna liked it, but Karuna's still here. So you just have to go through the hero's journey, man. We can keep trying to inspire you and everybody else, whatever level you're at. You can go further than you can go anywhere else. If you believe this word, you will see more and more all these things. But, that's why you see not everybody can go through this purification. They won't go through what Karuna is going through now, but he will, which is a symptom of his sincerity. And that goes for everybody. Look at Lilita, what she went through in that year. Wasn't it hellish? It was tough, difficult. It was not easy. But she really wanted Krishna. She stuck with it, and there she is. And that goes for you too. Look at what you're going through. It's not always easy.
What? I would have liked to have gone through how Lilita went through it, where I had a year of purification and then through it, because now it doesn't seem to ever end really. Even though it's easier to take and deal with, it doesn't seem to end. There seems to be always, and I seem to relate it actually with the sickness in my body, because of what it does to me every time I dialyze. I feel like every time I dialyze, then my bhakti changes as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you would like to do it this way and that way, but you're going to do it. The Lord is in charge. He knows the way you can do it and make it. So regardless of what a lot of us, we think we know more and everything about.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would have like, I accept what the Lord is doing because that's the way it's going to happen.
Right.
But it would have been nice. He seems to think, it's very, like you said, why am I not doing classes? Because somebody seems to be always on when I want to do it.
So good. So you can, well, what does that have to do with it? Just go on, just do it.
Because I have never actually really ever done a class when you've been on. And I don't really want to do that.
Well, you don't have to do it when I'm on, but if Lolita or somebody else is on, just do the class.
Okay.
Well, it's not just me, you can do it. I mean, what is it? Like I go off, there's all friggin' day long. What the hell is it?
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't seem to work like that. I wish it did. I'm going to sit down and do a class, and then somebody's live. Also,
what is it? Wait a second. I can sit down and do a class anytime. Why can't you? What is it? You may not feel. I don't always feel like it, but I can sit down and I just start and things happen.
I think my head seems to talk me out of it at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's your obstacle. Tell the head to shut the fuck up.
I've been trying to do that.
Just do it. Just say, hey, shut the fuck up. I'm doing class now. That's it. Just shut the fuck up. Don't let your mind, who's the boss? The word, shut the fuck up. I'm going to do class now. That's it.
It's other things as well. It's not just that. It's the way my body is and how I'm feeling physically as well. So it's that. But it affects me. It doesn't seem to affect Lolita, but it affects me.
Yeah. Anyway, don't worry about it. You'll do what you do. It's not like you have to do anything.
I have to dialyze. Otherwise, I'll leave the body.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to do a fucking class, okay? So no problem. Whenever you do, just you do it. Okay? No problem. It's not a mind thing, Yeah, okay. So let's see here. You are the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of the material worlds. No one can stop the power of your Maya. Could you imagine if people understood that truth? This is the problem. See, no one can stop. You are the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of these materials. No one can stop the power of your Maya. People try. They want to fight with it. See? So, since you can't stop the power of Maha Maya, why not get into Yoga Maya? What time is it now? Let's see here. So, Lalita, why don't you read a little bit?
Hey, Guru Maharaj, but I don't know what you're reading exactly. Is it
No.
Canto?
No. Just read something else. Read what you want. What do you want to read?
I still have this book Adilila before me about devotional tree, the tree of devotion.
Oh yeah. Read that. That's good.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glories to you. Oh, glories to you. For giving me, Lord, Lord Chaitanya's transcendental body. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Sachitananda inside of you. inside of Srila.
You see, this is the thing. It's like the Lord says, the devotees, he gives this to the devotee, the power to do this, to give the transcendental body to others. Didn't he say that? He said, I've given you. That's the real guru. The Lord has given him their transcendental body. Whether you got it in this life from the guru or in another life, you got the transcendental body of the Lord. He just wakes up in you very easily. Okay. So
It
he's
is.
given that power. So that's why you see the guru has given me this. He's given. If you don't acknowledge that, you don't get it, man. That's just how it is. That's why Lalita's got it. She's acknowledged that this is the way it comes because it does come like this. See, this is why these people don't get it. That's why they're going to be many lifetimes before they get it because they don't believe it's been given here. Because you see, didn't it say, Lord Chaitanya, they come from Puri. And he said, you have real, genuine love for me. Therefore, I give you my transcendental body. You can sell it as you please. Okay? That's what's here. The same thing. And if you don't believe it, it'll be many lifetimes for you. Because in some lifetime, you got to believe it. Some lifetime has got to be in your heart to believe it. And then you'll get the result like a Lalita. Or anybody else who has faith in this. Johan. See, they have faith. They know I've been gotten in my Guru's given. I have faith in his word. Because the word is realized. See, realize. It gives me realize. Asian. That's how it works. It always works. And they're the door, man. They're the good news for the world. The good news is here for you Vaishnavas. You don't believe it? It's going to be many lives. You'll just be Varnashram in your way through life, and you will die of Vaidhi Bhakti and Varnashram with your big ceremonies and your flowers and building temples and clang, clang, bang, bang. But you won't get this. You won't know who you worship like devotees here do. Know intimately, chanting the name in ecstasy like Lord Chaitanya showed. We also show that. We show that this is the result. This is the real Krishna consciousness movement manifest. Okay. Sorry, Lalita, go ahead. Finish.
I thought I'd said this, isn't it? That you gave me Lord Chaitanya's.
Yeah, I know you said that. I just wanted to clarify.
Okay, that's good.
Not just. It wasn't about. No, I just wanted to fluff that out. It is so important.
Yeah.
What you said. People don't know this. They need to hear it repeated. You know, don't you think Jesus knew that? That's why he said what he said. You believe in me, believe in his word. You are free of sins. The same, it's gotta be. You gotta meet somebody in the real line. That's the real guru, man. The real spiritual man, real acharya. Their word frees you and you experience that. You'll understand transcendental knowledge. Okay? When you're ready to be delivered, you take these kinds of talks seriously. Okay? And get the result of it. Otherwise, you're still looking. You're still a wannabe. You'll believe in these things. Oh, yeah, many lifetimes. Oh, in next life, you'll get a human birth. Oh, okay, at least you won't be an animal. I mean, that's what Prabhupada preached like that. He had to do that to babies. But this is the real thing. This is deliverance here. Now I'm not satisfied just making people just so you get a human birth. No, you're going all the way here, man. You come here, let's just push you right in Vrindavan. Put you through it. You're going to go through all kinds of purification. You're going to get you there, man. And if you really want Vrindavan, we got the tools. We got the pickaxes, we got the clubs, we got the Sudarshan chakras, chop all these false conceptions out, everything. We got all our tools to finish the job here. The question is, do you really want Krishna? Because you will get him here. You just may have to hold on tight. Go ahead, Lalita.
Yeah. Thank you for being who you are, Guru Maharaj, because I wouldn't be here anymore. I wouldn't follow you if if Prema would not emanate from you.
Well, I'm just trying to satisfy you, Lalita, because otherwise you'll go away, man. You know, the Lord has to continually give me something. Otherwise, she'll just say, "Well, there's nothing here. I got to go continue looking."
This would not have worked. No. This is, you're all attractive, Guru Maharaj, because of what you're carrying. This is really attracting my heart like nobody else did before. This is transcendental. This is completely different. This
Oh,
is from the Lord. It's
you're so cute. Isn't he cute, Tom? He's so cute.
this is so not from this world. Therefore, you attract me so much. Pah, like nobody, nothing, and nobody else. And everything that happened to me those last 4 years, it's thanks to you. Like the happiness that I have, it's so extreme. It's so extreme. You can't explain it to the world.
It's out of this world. Hey, Tuka, welcome, man. You also just hang on, man. Don't worry, man.
I'm
No
still
worries.
chanting for Tuka. I promised him, and I'm still doing that.
I'm telling you, Tuka, don't worry about anything. You don't have to be anything. Just because you like here, you like this word, you like these devotees here, that's all it's about, man. And just do the best you can with the body you got and with the drugs they put on you. You know, the demons, they just tricking everybody. That's why I try to stay ahead of their tricks. You know, and I tell you, I try to tell people, watch out for this trick and that trick. You know, it's all, they're kind of tricky right now. Deceiving, heavy deception. They want to depopulate, you know, figuring all these different ways. Yeah, go ahead there, Lolita.
Krishna is so merciful, attracting all of us
Yeah.
by Guru Maharaj to send Guru Maharaj to us. Oh, glories to you. Thank you so much. Oh, glories to Srila Prabhupada. Whose order is so strongly working here? I can feel him here. I really feel his heart beating here. To Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Jagannath Babaji, Bhakti Siddhanta Guru. Oh, glories to Nityananda. Oh, glories to Lord Chaitanya. Radha Krishna combined. And that's his secret, and that's his power. And that makes him so fantastic. More fantastic than all the other incarnations. Representing so strongly Satchitana Radha. Oh, glories to Srimati Radharani. Oh, Krishna. Oh, Krishna. Oh, glories to you. Krishna. Finally, I have you. Finally. I will read now a little bit. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Gaura Bhakta with the sober a grave Paramananda Puri as the central root, and the other 8 roots in the 8 directions. The trio of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood firmly, and from the trunk grew many branches, and above them innumerable others. And thus the branches of the Chaitanya tree, they form the cluster or society with great branches covering all the universe.
Yeah, you see how that see this organically is starting from the trunk of the tree. So the devotee starts this again and forms a cluster, like a society, like this here, isn't it? A society of devotees. And so that it's just organic. It's so beautiful because it comes like just from God here, the presence of the Lord. It's forming the society. See, within the society, you notice we have our own rules. See, people come under here, they come under these rules and regulations. And there isn't this a better way? This is such a better deal. These rules and regulations are so beautiful, regulated by this beautiful bhakti like Lalita has. Look at her regulation, regulated by this love, this beautiful relish of God's glories in her heart. Isn't it so beautiful to see? Thank you so much for your association.
Regulated by the power that's here flowing from you, but, but the prema emanating from you.
Well, look at it. It's coming from you also. This is beautiful. This is...
I'm a twig. Bearing some good fruits.
Twig. You hear that, Tom? She says he's just a little twig. See, just a little twig?
Twig. A very little one. On this huge tree. Oh my God, I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Lalita.
From each branch grew many hundreds of sub-branches. No one can count how many branches this grew. I should try to name the foremost of the innumerable branches, please.
So from each branch grew another branch. That's how it works. See, you become a branch in this tree. See, connected. See, another branch. And then people can connect to that branch. See, then they're on the same tree. It's supporting. The same tree is supporting all of us, right? It's not a different tree. See, it's not an austerity tree, these are different things that support different types of people. Our support is the love is prema. See? So this is the real thing. This is why those who start to understand this, oh, really? This is a prema tree? Yeah, this is the prema tree. Prema, Radha Krishna tree, Lord Chaitanya tree of devotion. And this is our support. See? This is what they're preaching. They're preaching the same thing. They said, we're prema devotees. We're supported by prema. See, that's our governor. We have a governor. A governor and governess. Hey, that's Radha and Krishna. I mean, this is the real deal. This is how you connect to this branch here. Okay. And then you will also feel like we feel. Governed by Radha and Krishna. You'll be governed by that principle. It's the greatest This is what really sovereignty is. This is what these guys, this dollar vigilante, he's been in anarchy all his whole life, but can't complete this anarchy because he doesn't know this knowledge. He doesn't know how to get out of the word, creating all this misery is by getting into this word. See, this is truth, is the highest truth. Okay? And it distinguishes all the illusion, okay? Everything, and you become free. Go ahead, Lalita.
Okay. I shall try to name the foremost of the innumerable branches. Please hear the description of the Sretaya tree. At the top of the tree trunk, branched into two. At the top of the tree, the trunk branched into two. And one trunk was named Sri Advaita Prabhu, and the other Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And from these two trunks grew many branches and sub-branches that covered the entire world. These branches and sub-branches and their sub-branches, they became so numerous that no one can actually write about them. And thus, the disciples and the grand disciples and their admirers, they spread throughout the entire world.
So
And it,
you see, who's delivered is you don't have to always be a disciple, just an admirer. You admire the work the devotees do.
yeah, well,
Not everybody will, if you just like what we do, that's enough. Some people, if you're really intelligent, you will become a disciple. But even an admirer. See, a disciple means you just get really close to this bhakti. It's smart. Gadadhar was like, he didn't need a guru. Gadadhar didn't need a guru. But, Pujarik Vijayanidhi was an ocean of this ecstatic devotion. So he thought, let me be close. Just like I would take initiation from Lalita in a second. It would bring me close, Yeah, give me initiation. No problem, man, initiated. Teach me this bhakti, how you can laugh all the time like this and just chant Krishna's name, and to be so humble, naturally pure-hearted, and yeah, I'll be a disciple of Lalita. Who wouldn't? Do you feel you can? I could trust her. I could trust her with my life. See, that's. I believe God is in her, and Radha and Krishna are in her. I could trust her with my life, literally. See, that's how I am. Can you imagine I have disciples like this? It's unimaginable. Nobody has disciples like this. Shows you how much spiritual potency is in our Sangha. That shows you Radha and Krishna really are here. Lord Chaitanya is really here. Prabhupada is really here. And the disciple line is really here, man. You wouldn't have this kind of stuff going on. Uncommon. Totally uncommon.
This tree bears good fruits.
Yeah. Not bitter fruit. Well, it might be a little bitter medicine, but not bad fruits. Not even good fruits. You don't even know that good. What I don't even know good fruit. Transcendental virtues, man. I like what Lord liked. The Lord likes transcendental virtues. He's not into mode of goodness. He even says, I'm telling you, my Lord, I just preach like my Lord preaches now. I'm not holding back. Prabhupada preached a little different because people weren't ready for this preaching. Now I preach like the Lord said. He's even a perfect Brahmin, which they're praising now in ISKCON. All these guys are not. They're only showing symptoms of, at best, being a Brahmin. Right, at best. And he says not even a perfect Brahmin can purify themselves or anybody else. That's the kind of preaching here. I'm not into being perfect Brahmins. I'm not into worshiping perfect Brahmins. Why? I only want to worship what's going to purify. If my Lord says not even a perfect Brahmin can purify you, why should anybody worship it? Don't you come here, we'll get you to worship what's transcendental. What the Lord taught, we teach. Isn't that nice? What the Lord taught, I teach. I don't care if people don't like it. I don't care if Jai Pataka don't like it, or Radhanath don't like it, or Narayan Raj followers don't like it. I'm going to teach what Lord Chaitanya taught. And that's how it is. I'm standing for that. I'm standing up for what the Lord Chaitanya taught. Why? Because I have my orders, confirmations and orders, and empowerment to do it, to get the job done. Isn't it the Lord's desire for Kali Yuga that you know him, right? Well, you're going to know his real teachings, not just you're going to stay in a book unrealized. And especially because these guys don't have the power to teach what's in there, don't have the power to give love of God to others. You believe in this word, you're going to get love of God. When you believe in your heart, without doubt, especially, you're going to get love of God, because even the scriptures proclaim that. When you have a real associate of the Lord who has real love of God and you believe in their word, you're getting love of God. Of course, if you're doubtful, well, that's another thing. You have to just stick around and we'll work through that doubt together. You just show me your doubt, I'll show you my truth and my faith in truth. You keep showing your doubt, I'll show you my faith in the truth. Show me your doubt, and you'll see who wins. You show who was strong. Doubt is part of my Lord's Maya, and my Lord swallows that Maya. That's how it works. You just bring your doubt, I'll bring my faith in the truth. And I'll point it out in the book, what is the truth. That's convincing, right? People go by the law book, right? You go to a court of law, they look in law books, right? What did Prabhupada said? My books are the law books for the word. Hey, man, you're on trial, you Guru Devs out there. Let's see if you're guilty or innocent. You followers, you're on trial. Are you a blind leader or a blind follower? Or are your eyes open? Okay. See, law books for the next 10,000 million years. It's always the same law book. Go ahead, get on there.
The disciples and the grand disciples and their admirers, they spread throughout the entire world. And it is not possible to enumerate them all. As a big fig tree, as a big fig tree bears fruits all over its body, each part of the tree of devotional each part of the tree of devotional service bore fruit. Since Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was the original trunk, and the taste of the fruits that grew on the branches as the branches surpassed the taste of nectar. You can see it when you read. The fruits ripened and became sweet and nectarian. The gardener, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he distributed them without asking any price.
He distributed simply by tasting the fruit. See,
Yeah.
the fruit ripened, and the gardener, see, he was gardening this, and you'll see, you're following the same process here.
Yeah.
We're sitting there tasting this fruit every day. See, getting more and more sweet, more and more ripe. More. See, this doesn't just it doesn't get bad. Ever see fruits that you just got to throw it away. This fruit just ripens more and more and more. You just taste it and distribute it at the same time. You inspire to share, realizations and truths and understanding and this potency, so people can also taste these fruits. See, this is the tree of Lord Chaitanya's devotion. And so we're reviving that. See, bottom line is, what fruits are you tasting? Well, I'm tasting the fruit of austerity. It's like a fruit, right? You're eating something. Like, yeah, I'm I'm doing austerities. Okay. Yeah. Or I'm doing discipline. I'm doing meditation, a fruit. I'm tasting the fruit of this, or trying to. See, now this fruit is exquisite. And that's why when you see it, it's extraordinary. You see devotees tasting this fruit, it's extraordinary. It's different. It's unusual. It's so unusual, it's easy to go say, hey, man, this is kind of weird. I'm going somewhere else because I've never seen this. You're right. It's so rare. It never, very rare to see somebody who chants like Lalita or any devotee here who has ecstasy. People just don't know. This is the greatest thing, and that's what we're here. I'm here to stand up for the truth of this. I'm here to stand up that this is the greatest gift you can receive in this universe. Even demigods or demons or anybody, if they understood the greatness of this gift of real bhakti, they'd be running over here in droves. They'd be giving, Bill Gates would say, hey, I'll give you $1 billion for this. They just don't know. And that's what I'm here to stand up for. There's so much pleasure in standing up for this.
It's still given
so much pleasure in tasting this. So much pleasure in distributing this. And to see the other devotees eating this. Oh, great, wonderful.
Still distributed without any price? Without
where's the price? We don't need to. It's so nice. It's so nice to taste these fruits. And that's how you get out of material and motivated devotional service. You're doing it for some motive. Oh, I want to make money. Oh, I can use this to make money off. Oh, I can become a sannyasi and have brahmacharis collect for me. I can become guru, and then I have all these adoration guys. Oh, Gurudev, deliver me. Oh, it's so nice to feel like I'm a deliverer. I'm God. I'm a guru. I'm a spiritual. I'm an acharya. See, it's a taste. See, so these fruits are amazing because you just taste them because they're so exquisite, so sweet. And any material motive gets in the way, any even thought. When I'm tasting this, sometimes a thought will come by or something and distracts me. I get the frig away from me, man. I'm eating. Don't want to be distracted. They're that good. And all you do is taste them and relish them. And then everything comes from that. The dance comes. Yeah.
And all the world in the three worlds, they cannot equal the value of one such nectarian fruit of devotional service. All the world in the three worlds cannot equal the value of one such nectarian fruit of devotional service. Not considering who asked for it and who did not, nor who was fit and who unfit to receive it. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he distributed the fruit of devotional service. Must be in the right time, the right place. The the transcendental gardener, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he distributed handful after handful of fruit in all directions. And when the poor hungry people ate the fruit, the gardener smiled with a great pleasure. Lord Chaitanya, he addressed the multifarious varieties of branches and sub-branches of the tree of devotional service. And since the tree of devotional service is transcendental, every one of its parts can perform the action of all the others. And although the tree is supposed to be immovable, this tree nevertheless moves. All the parts of the cognizant, and thus, as they grow up, they spread all over the world. I am the only gardener. How many places can I go? How many fruits can I pick and distribute? It would certainly be a very laborious task to pick the fruits and distribute them alone. And still, I suspect that some would receive them and others would not. Therefore, I order every man within this universe to accept this Krishna consciousness movement and distribute it everywhere.
Now, you see, this is, people think it's just a Vaidhi thing. No, this is the Krishna, to taste this fruit, this nectarian fruit, and distribute it everywhere. He orders the universe. The order is now again revived. This is the revival here now. The revival is everybody. See, this is the real order. See, the real order is coming to fruit. Is this fruit now? This fruit is now available. The Lord is ordering you, Vaidhi, you Iskon, you Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Smriti, ordering you. Can you understand the order yet? If not, you'll just do your rules again, because the order is given now. Taste this fruit. Come here. Come to the devotees who taste this fruit. They have the power to give it to you, and nobody else does. So the Lord is ordering that. I'm just putting your nose in the book, man. The Lord has ordered it. It is here now and being distributed. The Lord is ordering it again. Right? I mean, you see, this is the order. The order is here. Who's going to do it? So if you rebel and all that, well, hey, man, you're just not really following Lord Chaitanya. What is it to me or anybody else? Oh, the Lord is ordered. Come and eat this fruit. Taste this fruit. These devotees are here distributing this fruit. Come to them. You know, they have the power to give the prema to you, not this many lifetimes bullshit now. You know, no, this lifetime. Come get the prema. It's here. It's being distributed. This is the order, Lord Chaitanya. If not, you're just not following orders, and you don't. You know, you're just, what is it? You know, he's just trying to help you. We're just trying to help you. Here's your opportunity. You have the opportunity to taste this fruit, to receive this fruit, to receive this prema, this attraction to Krishna's transcendental name, to the point of tears and ecstasy and laughter. Now is the time. You know, the Lord has ordered. Can you understand the order? If not, well, shake the dust off my feet and move on. Right? I mean, what is it? The Lord has ordered it. It was ordered 550 years ago. Okay, the situation is now again. It's been ordered. The order has been ordered, reordered. You ever have a reorder? You know, something, you bought something and they have the thing on Amazon. You want to reorder it? Yeah, okay. You want to reorder this love of God? Well, the situation is here. Devotees are tasting prema here. So you have your chance to get the reorder. Otherwise, you know, who knows when this will come again. So the Lord has ordered it. It's already ordered. We are reordering it again. You notice reordering. We're you know recipients of that mercy here. We're tasting these wonderful fruits of the name. See? So come here, get this attraction to Krishna. I want to represent the Lord. I want to feel the pleasure of the Lord. I want to become a witness. Yeah, these are spiritual desires. These are natural for devotees. They naturally want that. See, they want it, and the power comes in the taste first and foremost. You know, can you imagine trying to do all that stuff without the taste? You wouldn't have the power. See, that's why it says the first reason for the Lord came was for the taste. He came to taste these transcendental glories. That gave him the power. See, the power is that taste. That power is Radharani, that inspiration. That's why he came as Krishna, to taste in the mood of Radharani. See, that taste. And from that came all that mercy, the potency to do all kinds of amazing things. She taught him everything. See? Radharani teaches me everything. How to serve Krishna, how to know about Krishna. You know, that's why our line is a Gopi line. You notice? Our line is a Gaudiya Vaishnava line. It's the Gopi line. Because it's, you know, we coming here to teach about the glories of Radharani. Her devotion gives everything. It just grabs Krishna, brings him close. Nothing else can. So who's the real teacher? Who's really glorious? Yeah, Radha's love. All glories to Radha's love. That's Krishna himself said it. Why shouldn't I say it? If he says it, I'm going to say it. All glories to Radha's love for Krishna. The Lord came here to savor that. Why shouldn't I promote what he came here to taste? The love of Radha, right? Isn't that what we're really doing? She's prema personified. I'm here to serve that. I'm here to serve. I want to be a servant of Radha, you know, and serve that prema. Serving of Radha means serve that prema, man. If you can't do that, you're no real servant of Vrindavan or Radha. These guys are just talkers. This Ayan guy. Yeah, I'll take him seriously when he says, you know, oh yeah, I'm a servant of Vrindavan. Yeah. Why aren't you here today? You didn't get this kind of service even with Narayan Raj. See, he thinks that is better or equal. Well, he thinks it's better, of course. This is better, isn't it? Let's just tell you the truth. Here it's better. Here you get prema. That promise was for many lifetimes. What is that compared to prema now in this lifetime? And we deliver on these promises. Okay? You see, people don't know the glories are going on here. The real prema is here. Okay, how about River? It's your turn to read. Thank you there, Lalita. Great job.
Where do you want me to read from?
Where she left off.
I don't know where she left off.
And she'll tell you.
Wait, I will tell you. Adilila chapter 9, verse 37. I still have to read 37.
Chapter 9, 37, chapter 9. From the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Is that from the Chaitanya Charitamrita? I don't know which book you're reading.
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Chapter 9.
I said Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 9, the tree of devotional service.
What verse?
I said 36.
Poor Lalita can't even go to the toilet.
This
Well,
terrible
she can't. Okay. 36. Therefore, I order every man within this universe to accept this Krishna conscious movement and distribute it everywhere. I am the only gardener. If I do not distribute these fruits, what shall I do with them? How many fruits can I eat alone? By the transcendental desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, water has been sprinkled all over the tree, and thus there are innumerable fruits of love of God.
Yeah, isn't that what's keeping us going? Is this water? See, in chapter 12, it was talking about that there were the false followers and the real followers of Lord Chaitanya and Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya being the real devotee with devotion. And so the false followers were not fed by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. See, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is this prema, this devotion that he brought to the world. And so we're fed by that. That's why we stay inspired. See, this is our inspiration. This is our food. Because if this dried up, then we'd be back into Vaidhi Bhakti or some other path. See, so this is this is proof that we're being fed by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, which is this ability, this taste for his glories, a taste for the fruit of devotion. And yeah, that's our life. See this, this keeps us from drying up. Could you imagine devotion just drying up, and then we would be dry? But it doesn't. It shows you we're on the real path. We're doing is pleasing to the Lord, even though we're not perfect. I'm just a regular person. I still make mistakes, in the world, and I'm still a little attracted to this and that. It doesn't seem to matter, huh? The Lord is saying, "Hey, man, it doesn't matter. I'm with you. You're with me. I'm with you. You chose me. I chose you." See, so the Lord keeps us wet, in the water, the water, the Ganga. We got this better than the Ganga, ecstatic devotion. This is the life, man. This is what keeps us here every day. Look at us. Who goes to church every day? Who? You tell me one person goes to church every day. This is like church. Or who goes to the temple every day? Well, they get you. They're only doing it as like a sadhana. They go, you pay your respects, and then you go. It's like a habit. But who goes for? I mean, really, like I don't want to go because I get the prema there fed. Okay, go ahead, Abir.
Distribute this Krishna conscious movement all over the world. Let people eat these fruits and ultimately become free from old age and death. If the fruits are distributed all over the world, my reputation as a pious man will be known everywhere. will be known everywhere. And thus, all people will glorify my name with great pleasure. One who has taken his birth as a human being in the land of India, Bharat Vasa, should make his life successful and work for the benefit of all other people. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the, for the benefit of others with his life, wealth,
Yeah,
intelligence.
and people are doing that, aren't they? People according to their capacity. And we're just really, really, really fortunate to do at this capacity. This is high capacity. Like a high capacity battery has a high capacity. High capacity. This welfare work. What is it? Does it just help bodies or help minds? It helps the spiritual awakening, which is eternal work. This is soul winning souls back to the kingdom. See, and we're given that work, that privilege, because this is like Jesus when he said, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few." See, we're the workers of this transcendental harvesting. That's why I tell you, you see, like I always say, you got to be like Jesus. Are you in the line, the real line? Are you doing like Jesus and his real followers by giving this awakening, this taste, this Holy Spirit, so that you can realize the true, intimate, internal nature of God? Otherwise, you're not delivered. You're in the world still. Whoever's ready will hear this message. They'll be drawn to it. Why not? It's a fantastic message, and it's a symptom of those who have come in, that really want intimacy with God and truth, and they want to be free, or they've been suffering long enough in this, listening to people who don't really know this kind of, essence of all knowledge, including religious gurus and ministers and all of them. Are you tired of listening to that? Do you want to know the real truth? Do you want to feel encountering God like this? The transcendental encounters, man, of a third kind, beyond the alienation. Aliens are in this material universe. What are they compared to the transcendental Lord, which comes outside of this universe? See, he's from outside, but you got to go to those he's inside of now. Remember, the Lord says, everything's in me, but I'm not in them. Well, that's a devotee. He's in them and only them. See, his transcendental nature is in them. The teaching of transcendental virtues and nature is in them and only them. Only possibility. You wake your soul up, man. You're born again here. That's why you see, right, Lolita, these people that come, what do you do? They're not born again. They're not spiritually awakened because they don't believe in the word. Whoever comes and believes in the word, they're born of the word. Born of spirit is there. Removes your obstacles, awakens the love of God, taste for God. See, this is the welfare work we're doing. Pretty amazing. Pretty specific, like a brain, more than a brain. So you think a brain surgeon does intricate work. Yeah, this is the supreme intricate work. Wake up people's soul that's been dormant for lifetimes, many millions of lifetimes. You wake their soul up, man. Take them out of illusion. Take them out, man. Wake them up. Jeev Jago. Go ahead, River.
By his work, thoughts and words, an intelligent man must perform actions which will be benefit for all living entities in this life and the next.
See,
I am merely a God.
now this is a hint here of the kind of work we're doing. This is actual benefit for all living entities, and not everybody can do this, because some people will benefit some living entities and not the others. The demigods can only benefit the demons. I mean, the demigods can only benefit the demigods, but they don't bestow benefit on the demons. See, devotional service is equally beneficial for all. You could be a demon or a demigod, and you will find value. You come here, you listen to this word, you will find a value that you cannot find being a demigod or a demon. See? This has tremendous value for everyone because it's in everybody. This spiritual body is in everyone. It's in the darkest soul or the brightest saint. See, and you come here, whoever just somehow or other, I don't care, you come as a retard, addicted to drugs or anything, you hear and you appreciate what we're doing and hear this word. It'll bestow a benefit equally that cannot be bestowed on by anybody else. It's that good and that universal. This is why you see people coming to Jesus. They could be from Muslim, they come to any group comes to him and can get a universal benefit. Isn't that amazing? Something that it really say, wow, I find benefit. See, because this is the ultimate thing. This is the ultimate where it's all going universally for everybody. There's nothing but this actually. Everything else is some stepping stone. From one thing, you're going, you just cut right to the chase. This is for everybody. This will deliver everybody. This will make everybody happy. Everybody. There's no, everybody is built inside the Lord in a second. If you just believe in the devotee and believe in their words, you could be a demon. Wasn't Prahlad preaching the demons, right? He said, you just believe in my word and you will understand what I understand. You'll understand the essence of the greatest treasure in life if you believe in my word. That same thing goes here. Whoever is called to believe in this word, you will understand the greatest treasure. You will feel it. You'll encounter it. You'll relish it. You'll live by it and for it. You'll be in it. You'll be really sovereign. All those good things that you want doing some other path, you will get that. That's all be icing. Being sovereign is just icing to me. I'm just, all I want to do is taste this treasure, relish this treasure, and I get everything, man. Sovereignty, freedom, true happiness, inspiration. What else do you need? What is not inside this relationship? Everything is here. Right, Lilita? Isn't that everything? Zero. There's nothing lacking in this. This is why we're here. And what I'm saying here is inconceivable and unattainable except this way, from these kind of devotees who have received this gift. See? Gift. If people are teaching attain, there's a little bit of a fib there, a little lie. No. If it's available, it's a gift. Go ahead, River.
Okay. I am merely a gardener. I have neither a kingdom nor very great riches. I simply have fruits and flowers that I wish to utilize to achieve piety in my life. Although I am acting as a gardener, I also want to be the tree, for thus I can bestow benefit upon all. Just see how these trees are maintaining every living entity. Their birth is successful. Their behavior is just like that of great personalities.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone.
This is what the Father does for the Son. And just like he wants to be the gardener as well as the tree. So the Lord empowers the gardener even now, empowers the devotee to be like the tree. See, they're the abode of bhakti. They're the shelter of bhakti. See, so the devotee is empowered to distribute this. They have to also become the tree in that sense. You notice that we have a tree here. See, the tree is in the empowered tree is the devotee. They're the storehouse. This house, this bhakti is stored in them. Okay? And it becomes stored in you. You become a battery. You know how you put batteries together? They get first you get charged, you charge a battery, then you become a battery also. See? You become like these batteries in cars. See, and then you become like acid, you just dissolve everything. That's all the Maya. Yeah. So that's how this is how this is working. Okay, so people need to find out, where is this bhakti stored? They don't know. They don't know its value. They don't know where it is, what it is. So almost we're starting from square one here. But you see, all this stuff is in the book, and it's in our experience, and this is sadhu sangha. Here we're having discussions so that we can get clear what life is all about, right? It's part of it. So get it clear, so that we know direction, where we're not blind. You see, we take this here, sadhu sangha takes away all our blindness. And oh wow, we can see. Go ahead, River.
Okay. Just
Actually,
see how.
you know what? I think that's enough for now. Think about all these things here, everybody. Yeah. Maybe we don't do too long of a class. It's looking at. Yeah. All right. So thank you for coming, everybody, and we'll be back. Anybody have any parting words? What about you, Tom? You want to say something?
Yeah, I was looking to the word by word of this last verse, and I feel there's we can meditate on that. I want to do that.
Go ahead, say the word for word.
Hare Krishna. Although I am the gardener, I am also the tree. This is by my will of all living entities' welfare. There is the tree from.
Yeah, you know how the Lord said, Lord Jesus said, if I'm lifted up on a pole, I will draw all men unto me. See, draw everything back into the Lord. See, this is where we're meant to be. It's the only real happiness for everybody universally. Whatever you are, if you're not drawn into the Lord again, nobody will be happy or sovereign. This is riches. See, Lord Jesus, I have neither riches. I have no riches. Yeah, he had riches. He was rich in bhakti. He had everything. This is fruits and flowers. That people, they think this is not riches. This is the greatest riches. Go ahead there, Tom. What else?
Yeah, I'm just emotional. I cannot speak. This is so deep. This is so going home.
Yeah.
And be in contact with that tree is going home.
Yes, speak. Yeah, emotional. Speak with emotions. It's a good thing to learn. Go ahead, speak with emotions. Lord Chaitanya did.
This makes me so feel so on the right track, connected to the source, and in this real association, in the real association of friends and cooperating. Whoa, it's too much. I cannot talk.
Because of the emotions, you realize these things. See, this is important. How this is the bhakti that helps you realize the importance of what we're doing. Otherwise, nobody knows. Yeah, you see, that's why, again, you have to listen because it releases all of that stuff that's in the way of these emotions so that we can understand. All that, I hate you, all that anger stuff has to come out. You can see why, why the recent acharyas just preach, rules and regulate all that, because not everybody's ready to go through this. Get out, get all your hate out and anger. Like, look at River. She says, "Oh, it's still more. Oh my God, I gotta go through the." Why, man? Hey, it's progress. It's pilgrim's progress.
So getting that hate out, that's purification. Getting the stuff,
Yeah, all of it.
the contaminated, unnecessary stuff out.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Hare Krishna, everybody. We'll see you later.